Welcome back one all the more, Trails in the Sky. Last time we left off, we were starting chapter 3, but before that, let's take on this star door. Bring me the boy with eyes of amber and a princess with an indomitable will. Only then shall the door open. Let's open the door and see what we get. Hopefully not a boss fight. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Breaking news. Libro News Special Edition. The Flying City falls. Libro is safe once more. Glory to the young bracers who saved us all from the crisis. Enigmatic object gone in the flash. The mysterious structure that appeared last month over Valeria Lake disappeared as suddenly as it came, collapsing loudly in a giant mountain of rubble into the lake. The collapse begins. Many of our readers may have witnessed the moment for themselves, but it seems that it was visible not only in Liberal, but from the southern edge of the Empire and from Calvert as well. A small minority agreed that the structure may have been a new weapon belonging to the royal family. But this turn of events seems to be conclusively rule out the possibility. This turn of events seems to conclusively rule out the possibility. The collapse of the Liber Arc also caused a 2-Arge-high tsunami around the edges of the lake. But so far, there have been no reports of serious injuries, fatalities, or missing persons as a result of this. The unfortunate fishermen. The worst that seems to have been reported is a number of unfortunate fishermen who were unable to escape in time, getting covered in water. What was the Liber Arc? According to an investigation by the Royal Guard and the Bracer Guild, it was a flying city from ancient Sumerian times. How exactly it came to be above Valeria Lake to begin with, or what caused it to collapse, remains to be confirmed, but it appears to be without a doubt the international crime syndicate known as Society was somehow involved. While this has yet to be officially confirmed, reports suggest that an investigation team in the city encountered a group of Crimson soldiers there, supporting the above theory. Area view of the city. This place is just one mystery after another, but we can't let those guys get away with any more than they already have, said a member of the team. Furthermore, Zeiss Central Factory and the Royal Army are planning to continue investigating the Liber Arc, and to this end will be launching a combined salvage operation. Recovering from the shutdown, around the time of the Liber Arc's collapse, the orbital shutdown phenomena that tormented the whole of the country finally ceased. As a result, many now believe the city caused the phenomena. But no conclusive proof of this has yet been established, and we can only await further research into the issue. Thoughts? The orbital shutdown phenomena and a crisis that was created as a result have been a sobering reminder of just how dependent all of us are on orbits in our daily lives. Perhaps something similar may never happen again, but this is still a good opportunity to reflect on just how much we owe the orbits, and perhaps to try to reduce our reliance on them. As previously reported, Her Highness Princess Claudia is now this nation's crown princess. As a result, we will be referring to her as such in all publications moving forward. Crown Princess Claudia wastes no time after assuming her position in meeting with Prince Olivier of the Erebonian Empire, and together they reconfirmed our two nations' relationship with one another. After the discussions, they both boarded the Aerosol together. It's widely expected that this meeting will contribute to ensuring peace relations with Erebonia in the future. In addition, the pair plan to both be attendants at the upcoming banquet to be held at Grancel Castle. We will bring you all the latest on that in due time. As you all know, our homeland of Libro has fallen victim to a vast number of calamities over the past year. There was the coup d'etat, the bizarre changes in the tetracyclic towers, coming under assault of an ancient dragon, our capital being attacked, and finally the Liber Arc's appearance. As already discussed in this very issue, What you may not know, however, is that there's a group of young men and women who were involved in the resolution of all these crises. Their steel-like will and unyielding determination leading them to their conclusions. If not for them, these crises may have not been resolved or taken a turn for the worse. I would like to take this opportunity to thank them for what they've done today. Thank you. You are truly this nation's great hope. That was long. What is taking you so long, Dorothy? Get a move on or I'm going to leave you behind. Wait for me. No time for waiting. If we take much longer, the banquet's going to start without us. We're talking about a big celebration held by the Queen here. Being late isn't an option. But I'm so hungry. I can't walk another step. I have a horrible feeling I know what's going on here. You skipped lunch so you could eat more at the banquet, didn't you? I didn't even eat breakfast. I haven't eaten a thing since yesterday. Going 30 hours without eating is making me feel all kinds of lightheaded. What the hell were you thinking? I can't move, carry me. Hell no. Come on, we're going. There's no way we can miss an occasion like this. There's gonna be adios knows how many famous people there. First on the agenda is snapping a photo of Her Majesty and the Crown Princess, and then... Huh? This actually isn't so bad. I love those two so much. At one point, this very capital was placed in grave danger. But thanks to the efforts of everyone here and many others as well, all is well. I cannot read. This humble banquet is intended to be an occasion to celebrate the fact, as well as to honor all those who contributed in making it a reality. If you would, Claudia. Of course. All those invited to today's party contributed in one way or another to protecting the peace of Lyrebril by ending the peril we were faced with. Whether it was extending a helping hand to those in need or working to fight off the threats that instilled fear in the hearts of our people. As this country's future monarch, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you all very much. Holding this party is nothing compared to all that you've done, but we made it just in time. We're finally here. Food! Someone give me food! The hell are you doing? Eating can wait. You've got pictures to take. The Crown Princess speech might be finishing soon. Oh, okay. Well, I do hope you will enjoy your time here as well. All the same. I'm sure you're all busy men and women burdened with a great many responsibilities and concerns, but today I would ask that you all cast those aside in order to rest, relax, and enjoy yourselves. The food on offer here is some of the finest in Lyrebril, so by all means partake until you can no more. And may the goddess bless this nation. Chloe really is something, huh? I'm not sure I could dress super nice, getting up in front of a crowd like that, and making a big speech the way she just did. Yeah, she is. She said she wasn't feeling confident about how she'd do as Crown Princess before, but from here, or from where I'm standing, she's doing just fine. Seeing her is making me kinda jealous though. I wish I could pull off fancy dresses the way she does. You got something to say, mister? No, it's nothing. You're just not all that girly most of the time, so it always takes me by surprise when you suddenly are. What do you mean I'm not girly? Sure, lately we've been busy with helping get Lyrebril back in shape, so I haven't had time to go back home. That doesn't mean I don't want to wear a pretty dress or something once in a while, you know. I know. Still, it is really surprising just how much you've grown over these past few weeks. I have? Well, it's been pretty tough running up and down the country so much but you've kept up with ease. And your judgments as a bracer are getting more spot on with every decision you make. Fancy dress or not, I think you're a pretty wonderful person, Estelle. Aww. I don't know why, but it's weird hearing you pile on the compliments so much. But what can I say? I'm glad that things seem to finally calm down a bit on the work front these past few days. The capital might not be entirely the way it was, but it's getting there. I think we can finally afford to take a breather. Yeah. Oh, look. Look at all the food. The chefs in the castle supposedly made the entire spread, too. There's no way I'm missing out on this. I didn't get to enjoy the food back during the birthday festivities. So now's my time to pig out big time. I'm gonna eat until I barf. Stay here, okay, Joshua? I'm gonna go scoop up the goods. We don't have to have seen Estelle. She's the main character of this part of the franchise. She was. She might have grown in some areas, but she still got a ways to go in others. Hey, how you doing, Joshua? Estelle not here with you? No, she went to get food a second ago, actually. Are you two here for more work than fun? Bingo, there aren't many occasions where this many famous faces are gathered in one place. There is no way we could pass up the chance to come and score some interviews. Don't think you're going to get out of here without answering some questions either. We'll get to you two later. So no going home until you've spoken to us, all right? All right. Great. Next up is the Crown Princess. Oh, hop to it, Dorothy. I can't go on. I need something to eat. Let me have something to eat. Not until we're done. Questions to ask, photos to take. Why are you so mean? And this is why she went to Calvert. He's even more fired up today than usual. I wonder how Estelle's doing. Of course they're fighting. So much for scooping out the food. I suppose this is a good chance, but this is as good a chance as any. I owe a lot to the people here on a personal level too. Maybe I should go around and thank them while I have the chance. Holy crap, are we playing this segment? We're playing this segment! Dear God, I didn't expect that. I like how you're just in the corner! Well, you were able to make it, Richard? Thanks to Brigadier General Bright's generosity, yes. I received an official pardon from Her Majesty for my actions. Probably for fulfilling society's attack on Grouncil, right? That's big news, I'm happy for you. I wish I could say the same, but I don't feel as though I deserve to be pardoned at all. Now that the nation's at peace, I feel this is the time I should be facing up to my crimes, not having them swept under the rug. I can't say I don't understand, but still. Please, Joshua, you needn't look so concerned. I have no intention of refusing Her Majesty's kindness or going against her will. I merely feel a strong desire to settle things within myself and fully intend on following through. That is all. Alright then. This guy was just in the corner. Speaking of in the corner, well, I wasn't expecting to find you here. Still, thank you very much for your support during the attack on Grouncil. It really did help us all. Oh please, I only did that because it was one of His Excellency's bail conditions. Make no mistake, I wouldn't have helped any of you worthless Drex otherwise. I wouldn't think it would be so hard to accept a thank you. It's because she is full on the Richard train. Oh, Joshua, it's been a long time since I last saw you. It's good to see you again too, Professor. Although speaking of the last time, I heard there's a plan in motion to pull up the Liber Ark from the lake and investigate it. You heard right. It'll be carried out in the conjunction with the Royal Army. There's not to say it'll be easy, of course. Valeria Lake's fairly deep, so we can't start hauling up bits of the city all willy-nilly. So we tend to work on making a map of the lake's bottom using sonar first, which is going to take quite some time as it is. So, when are you coming? Hold on, I haven't even... Oh, Joshua. Hey man, making the rounds? Something like that, yeah. Anything interesting going on with you? Sort of. Aka said she's going to come over for dinner in Zeiss a while back. So I was just asking him when he's free. Oh, that's right. So he did. When were we getting off the aerosol, right? I really didn't mean it though. It was just one of the things you say in passing, but don't give much thought to. I ain't exactly swimming in free time, you know. Being a bracer's busy work. I like to go, sure, but I've got no idea if I'll actually have the time to do it. But I've been looking forward to you coming ever since. Okay, let me think. Maybe at the end of the month, that should be okay. I think that Friday's free. I think that Friday's free. Think? Really? Is that a promise? Yeah, I guess. Aw, look at that. Nope, no one's up here. We're delighted to see you were able to attend tonight's banquet. Please do enjoy yourself. Oh, time to talk with all these important fuckers. Where's the most important fucker? I swore Cassius was over here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Ah, Joshua. I'm surprised to see you here, Dad. I thought you said over the phone you wouldn't be able to attend because you were swamped. Swamped is an understatement. Transporting goods needed to get the country in order, making sure every area has all the utilities it needs. I'm drowning in work. It's going to take a while longer before I can say Liberal is back to normal too, I fear. Come to think of it, Estelle and I certainly didn't expect to find soldiers even in Liberal's smaller villages, so it threw us off to see as much while we were helping out where we could. Doesn't come as a surprise if you're the one responsible though. It should go a long way towards helping people feel at ease. It's times like these when you've got to do all we can for one another, and the army's no different. With Ereboni and Calvert's internal political situations a mystery to us, the reorganization of the army has had to be shelved for now too. Still, no matter how busy I am, the busy man is, everyone needs to kick back once in a while. So make sure you make the most of tonight, Joshua. I think you need to kick back more than I do, Dad. Estelle's been pretty worried about you, you know. There is no need to worry about me, I'm hanging in there. In fact, I'd say I'm taking it too easy. Those father-son talks. Also pretty weird considering you're dating your son. Oh dear God, I can't finish that sentence. You two look comfortable. Oh, if it isn't Joshua, care to join us for a few drinks? And don't be shy now, the night's only just beginning. But I want to see those exquisite amber eyes of yours swim before it comes to close. I'm good, thanks. Come on, we're at a celebratory banquet here. Don't be such a spoil sport. Oh, I know. Why don't we have a few drinks to celebrate you becoming a senior bracer at the same time? It feels like it was ages ago, but we never did get to celebrate your promotion. Only Estelle's. Say, Scara, about Lucretia. Silly Joshua, what are you getting all worried about her for? You really needn't be. And Scara's right, especially not now. We all have our concerns and worries after all, but what's happened over the past few weeks and months, but it's not the time to be thinking about them. This is the time to be making merry and drowning in fine drink. From sunset to sunrise. Right. I don't think there's ever a time for not making merry as far as you're concerned. He's got a point though. And while I've got the chance to say this to you, no more going off on your own, you hear? You have no idea how worried Estelle was about you after you last disappeared. I could barely bring myself to watch her. I won't. I've got no intention of doing anything like that again. I'm fine now. Well, if you say so. That docile expression of yours is so adorable, Joshua. Don't go showing off that face too much tonight, alright? This is some party, isn't it? I don't think I'll find a banquet with a guest list quite like this anymore. I used to be a businessman, so I've been to my fair share of occasions like this. But I've never been to any with this many famous people in attendance. Oh, Joshua, it's been quite some time since I last saw you. It has. I didn't know you were here, Mayor Klaus. The mayors of each of Libro cities and towns were invited, I believe. I'm not sure why I was when I didn't do all that much to contribute to anything, but I decided to attend nonetheless. That's all not true. That's not true at all. I hear the food supplies that were delivered to boats and groundsel were done so on your orders. That was practically well received here, and we all know how dire things were at the time. You've got so much right. You got as much right to be here, being thanks for your efforts as anyone else. It was? Well, that's certainly a relief to hear. Thank you very much for letting me know, Joshua. Now, I'm trying to get out of the maid's way, but she's moving around everywhere. Oh, it's finally over. It just goes to show that if we endure, the goddess will eventually extend her hand of salvation to us all. And that's reassuring to know. Poor Mr. Murdoch. What scheme if because they cooked that now? Oh, you didn't worry about us. The Academy suffered no damage as a result of what happened. It was certainly a shock to the students, but they're all back in their usual cheery selves now. I had heard the Academy was actually occupied by armed assailants at one point. I was ever so worried when I first heard the news. Oh, that's right, that little mission. Surprised to see you again, Joshua. You too, Lila. Have you been well? I have, thank you. Although I wish I could say the same for the mayor. She's collapsed from overworking herself the other day. As such, I had no choice but to force her to take some time off. That bad? I'm afraid so. She was finally able to rest and recover enough to my satisfaction, thankfully. So she's now returned to her duties. I assure you that she's in good hands. Oh, it's you. I've heard you've been lending a hand with the restoration efforts, in addition to all you did at the library. You've got my thanks. You're quite welcome, sir. I wasn't expecting him to thank me. I wonder if something happened. He's been in a good mood since Game 2, and it's really weird. Greetings, Joshua. I'd like to take this chance to thank you again for all your team did to thwart Ouroboros' schemes and return peace to Libro. The debt of gratitude we owe you is beyond measure. Please, you're exaggerating, sir. We might have been the ones to enter the library, but we wouldn't have had a chance of success if we were on our own. It was only because of you, Richard, Kurt, and the others fighting on the ground that we were able to succeed. We could certainly say the same of you, though. Although it is true that none of this could have brought about peace alone. Still, I've been wanting a chance to thank you personally for all you did. The faith we had in you to see your work through to the end was just what we needed to finish the fight. Talking about the part where we had to go into the final boss and they were left taking care of everything else. This is a chance. It's nice to be able to attend a banquet like this. It truly drives home the point that this nation is back at peace again. The trouble regarding the library and subsequent restoration efforts really shows me anew how capable a ruler Queen Alicia is. She's handled all this. He's handled all that's happened impeccably. If all this had happened in the Republic, it wouldn't have been resolved anywhere near as smoothly, let me tell you. How's it going, Joshua? Hello, Zen. Thanks again for all the help you've been giving with the restoration efforts. I don't know what we'd have done without you. Hey, think nothing of it. It's all part of being a bracer, really. Can't say how much longer I'll be able to lend a hand, though. Gotta pack up and head back home at some point. The political situation isn't quite exactly stable over there, you see. That sucks. Miss Maid, I need some food. Visit Joshua. I was just discussing the aftermath of the crisis here with Vander. Fortunately, the Librarch's collapse caused little direct damage by itself. That might not have been the case if there had been any ships on the lake at the time, but due in part to the orbital shutdown phenomenon, none were. The tsunami afterward was quite small too. I say we were rather fortunate. Estelle and I were able to see as much when we traveled around the lakeshore. A few people were watching the city collapse were caught up in that, and a small number of fishermen were splashed with water, but that's about it. Indeed, if anything, the much greater problem was confusion that came about as a result of losing orbital power. Libreville is, after all, one of the most advanced stations on the continent when it comes to orbital technology. Ordinarily, that is one of our greatest strengths, but in this case it worked against us. The crisis has now passed, but that doesn't mean our work is done. We still have plenty ahead of us to take care of. Just a man. Pardon? This is the boy you were speaking of earlier. That's correct, this is Joshua. I was telling the ambassador here about your various accomplishments, Joshua. It's an honor to finally meet you. I'm the resident Arbonian ambassador here in Libreville. The Davil Cannon. I cannot pronounce your last name. It's nice to meet you. The tale of how you flew on top of the flying city, all while knowing it may be the last thing you did, brought tears to my eyes. How are you able to participate in the operation that may brought death? Cast aside even your girlfriend's objections, I don't know. But I know this, Libreville needs more young men and women like you. Thank you for saying so, sir. Just what's Duke been telling him? So, good evening to you. Thank you so much for making the time to attend tonight's banquet. Oh, not at all. How are you feeling now after some time to recover, Philip? I'm feeling quite well. You're too kind. I do believe I may have overexerted myself. That's how things are once you've reached a certain age. I find myself wondering whether I would have been able to do more if I were 30 years younger. I suppose there's a little point in doing so. I wonder what he looked like 30 years ago. Nope, sorry Philip, I just can't picture it. It's like, how was Philip when he was young? Nope, can't even imagine it. Kevin? I wasn't expecting you to still be in Libreville. Oh, sup, you were invited too, huh? Makes sense. Having fun? You better be. Take it from me. If you don't make the most of the times like this and eat your heart out, you're gonna regret it later. Thank you very much for all you did for me, Kevin. If you hadn't come to Libreville when you did, I don't sweat it. Not like I did anything special. Glad to see all the side effects look about gone, too. You're looking spiffy these days, Joshua. So yeah, forget about owing me or whatever. It's all in the past now. I'm not sure if I should ask this, but are you, Joshua? I'm not going to be in Libreville for much longer, so this might be the last time we meet for a while. But I hope we'll have the chance to see each other again one day. I hope so too. I wonder what Joshua's gonna ask. Was it about your Edgeworth days? Hi, Joshua. I didn't expect to see you guys here. You were invited then? It sure was. An invitation just showed up out of nowhere, and you can imagine our surprise when we saw the thing. No way I was turned down to some high-class grub, though we hurried over here. Thank you that's like you. Not gonna deny it. That aside, thanks for Her Majesty pardoning us. We're now free to walk around in the open. Feels like we should start thinking about how to make a good, honest living for ourselves. That's not the first time you've said that. Something about wanting to start up a courier service, right? Maybe, but that's not the only thing we could try out. Maybe whatever we settle on, it'll involve flying in the skies. That's how we've lived so far. I don't want to change now. I love these guys, their passion for flying. Greetings, Joshua. You've done some fine work these past couple of weeks. The damage reports in the regions of Libreville you've been providing have proven, and I cannot talk, invaluable to allocating personnel. I really can't thank you enough. You need to thank me. By the way, Kurt, I feel like I need to say something regarding my bracer badge. As you probably already know, what power I have was given to me by society. Before becoming a bracer, I used it to commit many unforgivable crimes too. No matter how much I think about it, I just can't see how someone like me is fit to call himself a bracer. You know, Joshua, I've always seen power as an imperfect concept, and that's why I believe people are able to use it. Am I wrong? No, I suppose not. Then what difference is there between us? We both keenly aware of our flaws, and yet we both used what limited power we have to do what we believe to be right. I see no difference. Well, I can't really argue with that logic. I can't pretend to be completely confident in myself, though. Be it as it may, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You should simply continue striving to overcome it. And while this is but my personal opinion, I say you're a model bracer. It's good to see you again, Elaine. I heard you're here as the Bracer Guild's representative today, is that true? Indeed, all the other receptionists were busy, you see. I was the only one able to attend. That's too bad, isn't it though? This wouldn't have been fine time for us to exchange information. But oh well, there's always tomorrow, as they say. Wow, I didn't know Gisette was from the nobility. I'd always pictured Abonia nobles as being stuffy and scary. But maybe there are a few cute ones mixed in. After all the work we've been doing lately, it's great to be able to come to a swanky place like this and put up our feet. The food's pretty good too. I swear, it's like watching two children squabble. It's great that we're peaceful again and all, but I think these two are taking things a little too easy. I figured that would be the case. Looks like I'm the most fit to be at this party after all, because I've been to plenty of high society gatherings wearing poofy dresses. Don't make it sound like I've never worn a dress before, because I have, for your information. I just don't need to go around trying to convince everyone that I'm not a boy, unlike some people I could name. Try saying I look like a boy again and see what happens. Look at the two of you. I appreciate that you have your differences, but we're kind of in a really public, really high-class place here, so could you take this fight somewhere else? Shut up, Joshua! Yes, sorry. Like, please calm down, stop fighting. Shut up, Joshua. Like, okay. Hello, Joshua. Tonight's party is hosted by Her Majesty in all her grace, so I do hope you enjoy yourself. If you would, Your Highness, a comment in celebration of the fact the crisis is past. The crisis is past now. Just nothing too formal, alright? I prefer something that brings out your bright, cheery nature. Good evening, Your Majesty. Thank you very much for inviting me today. Oh, not at all. I'm pleased to see you've come. I've been eagerly awaiting the day we could meet again. I hear you and Estelle have been traveling and helping with the restoration efforts. That's correct. We both wanted to see how things were across the kingdom with our own eyes. I'm glad we did too, because now I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. People really are strong. That they are. I have been queen for over 40 years, and the strength of Libro citizens continues to amaze me to this day. There are plenty who like to credit either my abilities as a ruler or orbital technology for this tiny nation's good fortune. But we would be nothing without its people. I wasn't the one who allowed us to overcome the recent crisis or the war 10 years ago, and neither was orbital technology. No, I believe it was the will of its people to live. That's what I believe supports our country, both then and now. People's will to live? Indeed. You were gracious enough to call this country your second home, Joshua. From now on, your will to live will be another great support for this nation. As its queen, that makes me happier than you can imagine. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your words mean a lot to me. Well, Zeke, it's good to see you too. After all he did, I'd say he deserves a good party as much as any human. Well, would you like me to give a comment? Well, let's see. Looks like she's being interviewed at the moment. I should leave her be for now. I think that's everybody. Okay, I think that's about everyone now. There were a few people I didn't get to talk to though, so hopefully I can make another round of party later once they're free. Oh, here we go. Come on, Dorothy, we're talking to the military guys next. Get a move on, woman, we haven't got all day. No, I don't feel too good. My stomach feels like a giant bottle of water. That's what happens when you drink way too much in a short period of time, you idiot. But never mind that, we've got work to do. Okay. Joshua? Hey Chloe, finally got a bit of a break? It must be exhausting having to do one interview after another. Well, I suppose it is a little. Not too bad though. I've had to do a lot more of them ever since becoming Crown Princess, so I'm starting to get used to them. I can believe it. It feels like I've been seeing your face in all kinds of papers and magazines lately. I think anyone would learn to adjust after a while. Well, you know, it probably won't be too long before it starts to die down, so just hang in there. All you can really do is grin and bear it until then, unfortunately. Yes, I know. That's exactly what I intend to do too. I swore to myself that I would do all I could to help and protect this country's people. Accepting a few interviews here and there is the easy part. Well, if you say so, you really are strong. I'm not so sure about that. I still feel as if I'm doubting myself a lot of the time. Like, I just have to keep going out of my comfort zone, feeling reckless about every push. Maybe so. Still doesn't change the fact that you're strong, not to me anyway. I remember the strength you showed trying to protect Clem when we first met too. Thank you. I nearly forgot about that. Maybe now wouldn't be the best time after all. Something on your mind, Chloe? Could I have a little of your time, Joshua? I've got something I want to ask you. Sure, okay. Well then, this way. Is it just me, or does she seem kind of bothered by something? Well, where's Estelle right now, anyway? I got stomach to spare! Oh, she's picking up her pace. This could get interesting! Whose side are you on, anyway? I guess I can just leave her as she is for now. She seems pretty occupied. I should go and see what Chloe wants then. Have I done something to make her angry, though? I don't feel like I have. So Chloe, what is it that you want to tell me? Look, if I've done something to offend you, I'm sorry, alright? I love you, Joshua. What? Well, I'm sorry. I'm happy you feel that way, but don't worry, I knew exactly how you were going to respond before I said anything. I just felt like I had to get it out before I could really start moving on. The sky sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it? He's so confused. How long have you been, felt that way? Say, Joshua, if you had met me before Estelle, do you think you would have, No, I'm pretty sure that never would have happened. Sorry. I told you, don't worry. I can't deny there's a part of me that wants to keep you all to myself, but even if that were possible, I don't think it would be what I truly wanted, because when it comes down to it, I really love both you and Estelle. That's probably why I wanted to see that troubled face of yours one last time. It was worth the effort to bring out too. That was probably the best expression I've seen to date. You can be kind of a bully sometimes, you know? Maybe this feels like the most fun I've had in some time. So, what's on your mind, Joshua? What? I can easily tell you're worried about something. My instincts are quite sharp, or so I'd like to believe Besides, I was watching you the whole time I was handling the interview earlier. Oh, how exactly am I supposed to take that? Still, you're hiding something, aren't you? Are you planning on doing something all your own again? Your instincts are sharp, alright. That still surprises me from time to time, too, but you're definitely up there. Well, that's just how us girls are. So come on, tell me, what's troubling you? It's nothing that major, really. I tend to leave Larble by the end of the month. But why? The country is finally at peace now. That's exactly why I think that this is the right time. Oboro seems to have completely withdrawn from the country, and the restoration efforts are coming along smoothly. So maybe it's about time for me to leave on a journey of my own. It's taken me a long time to get this far, but I've finally been able to start thinking of myself as a person, and not some kind of broken doll. I was finally able to achieve the very thing everyone wanted for me. That's been both a good thing and a bad thing. Good in that I finally feel human. Bad in that my heart's been aching for what I never did before. Broken dolls can easily look away from all the terrible things they've done, but I can't do that anymore. Oh, that's why I need to go on this journey around the continent. So I can work towards atoning for all I've done. So I can start embracing the person I am now to the truest sense of that word. I see, but if you do that, that means you won't be able to see Estelle for a while. Yeah, I know. It might not even be for a while, it could be for a long time. I'm still not sure how to break that to her either. That's the part that's on my mind right now. You've still got a lot of growing up to do, young man. Well, if you ask me, you should just tell her in the way that comes most naturally to you. You don't have to write some big speech in your head in advance. Speak to her from your heart. You believe in her, don't you? No matter how you phrase it, she'll understand. All you have to do is get those words out there. You owe that much to her if you love her. You know, right? Yeah, I do. I really am hopeless, aren't I? You shouldn't have to tell me something that obvious. You wouldn't be you if I don't have to tell you. Plus, that's the kind of part of me I cannot talk. That kind of thing's part of why I love you too. Please stop teasing me. Just remember, it'll be okay. If anyone knows you, it's Estelle. Although, if you ask me, Joshua, where are you? Oh, there you are. Look at these. They're Josette's goggles. I took them from her as spoils of war. I'm glad to see you're having fun, Estelle. Make sure you give those back to Josette later, okay? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Tune in to next week's issue to find out. Wait, hold on. Kloe? I suppose it's about time I return to the banquet now. You can have Joshua back now, Estelle. Sure. She's like, what's going on? Hey, Kloe. So, I'm not sure how to best put this either, but thanks. I'm glad I was able to talk to you like this. Really, I am. Oh. You're very welcome. Well then, I wish you both a very pleasant night. The heck? So, Joshua, what did you two, talk about? Oh, nothing much. She just gave me a bit of much-needed motivation. Oh, really? That sure clears things up. It's been 5 years and Estelle has believed in me for every single one. And I believe in her too. No it doesn't. What motivation? Estelle, I've got something I need to tell you. I'm all ears. What's up? Well, you see... Of course, convenient fireworks! Wow, fireworks, they're so pretty. There's so many of them, too. You see, Estelle. Side story, the banquet finished. Got a recipe. And money! Alright, so with that, I want to end today's episode. I'll see all of you guys next time.